Hello and welcome to the 11th session of our Tales and Things game. This is a combination campaign that has started as Tales from the Loop with our kids and has moved into Things from the Flood into the early 90s with our teens. I'm assuming you've watched the previous ones of this. If not, maybe you should go back and watch those. I don't know. And just for the reminder, this is part of the Gauntlet Hangouts. Gauntlet is an online gaming community that includes a variety of wonderful podcasts. It has a Patreon that supports those podcasts and also supports our general online community. We have a blog. We have a magazine that comes out each month. And it is associated with that Patreon. It is pretty awesome. There's lots of good stuff. Also, for those of you watching at home, and because this always generates the most negative comments in my feed, we are using safety tools. So if you may see us talk about the X card, the X card is on the table as a safety tool for handling content, for handling tone. All of those things are on the table. Just to remind our players that those are available. So I am going to go ahead. We are here in April, and this is some months after that incident at the mall that created some tensions and some alliances, affected some people deeply. I'm going to give you a chance to kind of narrate, what is going on in terms of that, in terms of your feelings about that, maybe in fact what's happened in the real world. Patrick, I'm going to let you tell me a little bit about that, since that you attached father to the internet. I'm going to maybe add, if you want to bring that up, you can do that. And then I'm going to ask some questions about how you're feeling. 3 of you are juniors. 1 of you is a senior. 1 of you only has, you're a short timer. The Walking Dead, as it were, towards the end of the school year. And we'll come back to that issue in a little bit. But Nikki, I'm going to start with you.
Hi. I'm playing Nicole Juszak, who is going by Nikki now because it's cooler, like NICCI with like hearts over the eyes for like dots and stuff. She is the smartest kid in school, way smarter than Justin. Still true. It's still true.
And what do you think has been going on with you over the last few months? Wow. And this may require some discussion with Sarah. I mean, and we can negotiate that about where you are. Is it ambiguous? Is you still pulled apart? Are you together? Have you given up on that? Rich, do you want to pitch something to Sarah about that?
Well, this will probably make the answer easy for Sarah. I think that Nikki would have approached Holly and asked if Holly would like for her to tutor her so that she can make it out of high school.
In what tone of voice?
As meek and helpful as she can manage, but that doesn't seem to be a tone that she does well, so... She's trying hard. She's trying to help.
Yeah, I think like to Holly, this feels like super backhanded.
Yeah, of course she perceives it that way.
And yet, would Holly turn that down?
I think so, and like even more so because it's like she's coming to me in private, which is how she always does things when she apologizes, and like that's not what Holly.
And of course, Nikki's like, I don't want to say this out in public because I don't want to embarrass Holly about the fact that I know she's probably not doing great in school.
Yeah, but it's like, I think that through line that you've got, like, about not showing your true self in public either.
Yep.
Like your cool friends.
Yep. Well, actually, in the last year, she has had cool friends.
Fair.
Given up that she hangs with a geek crew.
Gotcha. But yeah, like I think all I need is like something in public, and not like this either.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that may be
yeah,
something
no.
we can hit on the table then, especially as you're getting in towards finals.
Yeah.
So what else is going on with Nikki? I would like to do a home scene, maybe, or a home life scene of some kind that maybe tells us where you're at with your mom, with your dad, where they're at.
Well, one question I wanted to ask Patrick
Good.
is like Nikki and Jessica's. Nikki kissed Justin and kind of expressed her interest, and she probably push it a little bit further, but not much harder. Has that happened? Have they gone out? Is that a thing where he just avoids her? Kind of curious how that goes.
Everybody avoids Nikki. No. No, I definitely think like group dynamics and high school social pressure sort of things. He's probably like, yeah, he's gone out of like they're dating by default sort of thing.
Okay, so they're totally serious then, according to Nikki. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that sounds right.
Yeah, totally serious. Okay, great. That helps me. It helps me know like her approach towards home things and everything. So, yeah, I think she probably has a different problem.
So
Okay, cool. Sorry.
where are we at? Is your dad still struggling at the job? Is he doing something else? What's your mom doing?
Yeah, so it's just one of those things like with all the robots going crazy, how's the Tandy Corporation and kind of Radio Shack faring?
So there's still home computers. It's the AI that's the question, but people are also still nervous about it. Like home computing has been set back, a few years, and so there's probably a little bit of a struggle there.
How about this? Her dad is still technically working for the Tandy Corporation, but she thinks that he's doing some like project for the government that he doesn't talk about.
That seems reasonable. And of course, Tandy owned Radio Shack, so he may be doing like business programming for Radio Shack in like the most mundane kind of way. The least exciting thing possible there.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's get a home scene with you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Nikki has taken down all of the posters in her closet. They were all like, sci-fi geekery stuff. She's taken them all down, and now she has like a Cure poster that Justin said he liked, and she's got like this Romeo and Juliet in the park like flyer that she got hold of, and so she's just trying to reshape her closet of this is what I'm about into Justin oriented things.
And there's a knock at the door, and your mom's like, Nicole, can I ask you? Sorry, Nikki, can I talk with you for just a second?
Cool. And she puts away, like she's just put up a Legend poster, and she's like putting the last thumbtacks in, and she closes the closet door, and she comes up. Yeah, what's up, Mom?
So I was talking with the DaCostas next door, and I don't know if you know that Mrs. DaCosta's sister was in an accident a while back, and now they're taking care of her niece, little Naomi, and so she's here, there, and I think it's probably going to be a kind of a long-term thing. So she's there. She's 8 or 9, and I may have mentioned to her that you had a bunch of these Star Warriors toys and things that you'd put down in the basement. And she seemed really excited about that. And I was wondering, you're not using them, you're not playing with them anymore. Would it be okay if I took those and gave those to her?
So first is Star Wars.
Sorry.
Right, and I like several of them I never played with because they're new in box, which makes them more valuable, Mom. But like the ones that I've taken out and used for posing for certain reenactments, I mean, those I could sort of maybe like let her borrow. Can we maybe have an agreement? We like sign an agreement that I could take them back or something.
She's an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, that wouldn't be legally binding at all. Okay, I can pick out a small.
If you would pick out some things for her, it would mean so much to her. She's been by, she's seen you, she thinks you're super cool. If you were to maybe put some together, maybe a set and take them to her, maybe explain what they are and that kind of thing, give her the story. I know she's played the Dungeon Dragons as well. She has one of those boxes like you have, but she bought at the Target.
What color is the box?
I think it's blue or red.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, that's fine. I can just clear my schedule this afternoon to help her out. That's fine.
Okay. Are you sure about this, sweetie? I know that this stuff
over at the closet, like, yeah. It's the right thing to do. Poor girl. Or so Mom, like, yeah, so that sucks. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, Mom.
She says, I appreciate that. Also, I got a call from a friend who works at an advertising agency in town and wanted some secretarial help. And so next week, I'm going to be starting just part-time over there, which means you may have to do a little more in terms of housekeeping and cooking and all of that kind of thing.
But wouldn't the extra job mean like more money and then we could just like get delivery and stuff?
Doesn't quite work like that. But maybe we can eat out one more time.
I mean, if you want to work on a home budget with me, I can show you how we could do that.
Her eyes narrow, like you've just stepped onto her domestic territory, like your foot just creeped over the line, and she goes, "What?"
I can totally clean and cook some more of that. That's cool. I've got it. Got your back. Anything for the home.
All right. Well, we'll talk with you later.
Okay.
And what is the scene? Give me the montage of what you put together for this little girl.
Oh, yeah, I think the whole, like, it took a little bit for it to sink in exactly how crappy this girl's life must be. And so she like runs down to the basement and she goes through everything except for the rubber band tied Kenner still in box selection of 12 figures, as well as the one that she sent off several UPC codes for to have. And she's got all the loose ones of the Star Wars characters and the play set. Like she's got the Jabba's sail bars play set. She's all that and she puts in a different box. And then she probably grabs like a bunch of reams of character sheets and like the whole thing of graph paper and a bunch of pencils and all of her dice, except for the really lucky dice. And she gets those and she kind of gathers it all up and she'll go over and spend the afternoon with this girl, kind of immerse herself in the things that she used to be good at and enjoy.
Long hair, awkwardly tall for her age, really thick glasses, and she just lights up when you bring her that stuff. And she wants you to show her how to make up characters and do the things, because she's only read it, and she hasn't even like taken the crayon and marked in her dice or anything. So you have to show her how to do that.
That's step one. That's step one. And I've got the red box where it's got the solo adventure in the bag where you fight a carrion crawler and all this good stuff.
It's a deep cut, Rich. Thank you.
That was my first character death.
Okay.
Crawler on the outside. I'm still terrified of them.
I'm going to cut to Holly. Holly, are you close to the edge for graduation, or are you okay?
I kind of feel like she's maybe like
She's got
maybe
a
not
mind
gone
of 4, so you are smart.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like I've, if not gone on like jobs with my dad, then at least like that has come up as a possibility. Because like
when you say jobs, are we talking like we have to go out and do some lock repairs, or are we talking something else?
Probably lock repairs to start.
Okay. He's shown you how to pop the locks on any model of car. He's shown you how to figure out, if it's a tumbler lock, what kind, and how you pick out the pieces and things like that. He's good at it. Like, he's very good at it. Are you good at it?
I mean, he's had years of practice, and I think like this isn't something that she really cares about, but like it matters to him.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's spending time with him, and she's enjoying that more than she thought she would.
What does that do to his general behavior in the house? How has that changed his, like, what he does day to day then?
I think it's just more comfortable and casual in general. Like we almost feel it's sometimes more like housemates, like roommates, than father and daughter.
And which of your previous J-named boyfriends are you back with?
So I'm not with Jason anymore.
Jeremy, Jeffrey.
No, Jeremy is the first one, I think. Like
Yeah.
the guy, he's probably not in town anymore. Or maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he never left.
So is it Jeremy?
Yeah, let's go with Jeremy. Full circle.
Absolutely. So what's the home scene you want? Or home life or private life scene?
Maybe like as my dad is getting ready to go on a job he's refused to take me on.
And he's kind of gathered up his things, and he's like, don't wait up. I'll be back later.
Look, I can do it. You've been showing me like for the past 2 weeks. What's the point of showing me all that if you're not going to let me come with you?
It's late, and
I can miss a day of school. It's not like it matters.
And he's clearly trying. I mean, he's clearly hiding something. How much do you want to push him? I mean, you can tell that there's something up here.
Yeah. I think it depends on what he's hiding, because she will push pretty hard on the why can't I come with you. But like where we're going.
He says, so sometimes people have problems with their businesses. And they want their businesses to look like they've been broken into.
Okay, well that just means it's easier, right? If they're like handing you keys or whatever.
No, we're not handing me keys. I have to go and break into a place and make it look like I broke into it. And then they're going to take some goods and they're going to go hide them. And then they're going to report that to their insurance company. And then they're going to bring the goods back. You see where I'm getting at, sweetie?
Not really? Why is this worse than anything else?
It's not. It's just, I've taken you on legit stuff so far. I don't want you. This is. Look, if I don't want you to get into the end of this that I got into.
What if I'm just going to be a locksmith?
It's a good paying job.
Whatever.
And he'll take the whatever as an opportunity to get his stuff together and leave. And you'll hear him talk to somebody as he's heading out the door, and you'll see Jeremy's kind of head down, kind of coming up the walk to your house, which is a little unusual.
Yeah, and is he like my dad never even like closes the door.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, hey Holly, how are you doing?
Well,
Good. Can we talk?
yeah, whatever. Just like going over to close the door and it's like, goodbye.
Your dad taking off. So Holly, we've been together for a while.
I mean, taken all together, I guess. Do you want like, I don't know, a beer or whatever?
Yeah, beer. Actually, beer would be great. He looks like super nervous.
And I think like finally picking up on that as I hand him the drink, just
Oh, Little Kings. And pops the. So I was thinking maybe it kind of reaches into his pocket and he starts to pull out something. It's like, we've been on and off for so long. I was thinking maybe we could like do, and you could see, exactly what he's reaching for.
yeah. Oh no. I think just like kind of frozen for a second and then just like, I'm gonna get you another beer.
Oh, okay, I could use it. He slams down the Little Kings. You go and get the beer, catch your breath. Do you bring him the other beer, or do you like leave? What do you do?
I sit or stand in the kitchen for like way longer than I need to. And like formulate what I'm going to say to him.
Okay.
Then I get back.
You come back, you walk out. He's still in that front hall, except this time he's down on one knee.
Remind me, how old is Jeremy?
He's like 23, 24.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah, and I think go like stand in front of him
Holly Miller would and kind of pulls out the shittiest looking ring. There's a bare glint of maybe a diamond of some kind in there. I wonder if you would do me the honor, if you got time, that you would marry me. We would get married. Get that thing.
Really long silence because what she was formulating in the kitchen has just gone out of her head. And look, and then sit down on the floor in front of him.
He clearly thinks you're overwhelmed by emotion when you go to do that.
I don't even. I mean, I like you, sure, but I don't even know what I'm gonna do next year.
See that dawning realization of him completely having misread your relationship? Because you've been together a bunch of times and you realize he's probably got more invested in it than you ever have. And he's like, okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah. Drops it back into his pocket. Cool. I should go. Can I have that beer?
Only if you stay.
No, I should go. I should go. And he gets up in that kind of awkward, stumbling out of the house.
Jeremy, just come on.
No, I'll catch you later. I gotta go. And
Are you serious?
you yell at him as he's trying to frantically escape.
He may escape.
Darlene.
Yeah.
What has been going on with you over the last few months?
I think after the mall situation, she started following Greg around. And
Greg?
mm-hmm.
The guy at the mall?
Mm-hmm.
You never see him outside the mall.
Really?
No.
You ever see him at school?
No, he doesn't go to your school.
But he was with some other people.
Yeah. Do you follow them? How follow them when they leave the mall? How closely do you follow them?
Got a car. So yeah, I follow him.
Now, here's my question. They're in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to leave the mall. I assume you're in the mall watching them.
Oh, sure. I mean, I will be I'm going to exit the mall too, but I'm behind him another 20 feet or so.
And I think the first time you do that, they've gone out, and when you go and hit the doors, they're gone.
Weird. Okay. So I guess is there anything different about the outside that I remember? Or is it...
No, this is your outside. It's just that they're gone.
Wow. And then at that point, she gets kind of freaked out. And I think she's going to call Justin.
And Justin sort of, this is probably, early April. And out of the blue, Darlene calls you. From the mall.
Yeah, I think you'll get Justin's mom first, and it'll be a sort of like, talk for a minute, hold on, goes across, you hear like yelling from the other side of the room into the house sort of thing.
Not your secretary.
No one asked you to be, Mom. Yeah, hey.
Hey, so you remember that guy Greg?
Mall Greg?
Well, Greg.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, never see him anywhere other than the mall, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, probably run across him at school or something, right?
No.
Don't you have a class with him?
No. He's never anywhere other than the mall. And get this. Today I followed him and his friends out of the mall, but not too close, thank God. When I stepped out, they should have been like just stepping off the curb onto the parking lot. They were fucking gone. And she goes, Justin, I think the mall's like some sort of, I don't know, dimensional overlap. Oh my God, I just said that. That's like the stupidest thing in the whole world.
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no basis for that in any of our... Now, maybe some sort of like nexus of time gates or time slippage in some way, but alternate dimensions is just like speculation at this point.
Sometimes I hate you, Justin.
I mean, are you sure he's not just like, what if he's homeless or something and living in the parking garage?
No, he didn't go to the parking garage. She's kind of like, listen, he has some sense of an entirely different past than we do.
There wasn't like any weird weather at the mall, right?
No.
Okay.
It's like the only time his version of the world overlaps with ours is when he's at the mall.
Does that mean like we could go somewhere else if we went to the mall?
I think what it means is we could go to a different version of Wayward.
I mean, that could be sort of cool, right? I mean, the other one was not cool, so that might not be entirely cool.
We get a flashback montage to the devastated Terminator world that you walked into last session.
Yeah.
Slightly less than cool.
Well, see, here's the thing is if I had followed Greg any closer, I might have stepped into his version, and I clearly wasn't in there.
I mean...
He doesn't know who I am.
Well, but he knows you're friends with Holly.
He doesn't know who I am.
But I'm saying, like, maybe you or maybe we could, just hang out with him when he's leaving the mall next time.
And hope we get back?
Okay. Well, I mean, presumably he'll come back to the mall, so...
Yeah.
We just have to stay real close to him. I mean, what could go wrong?
I don't know. Car accident?
It's a grim place to go to.
I was thinking of the least grim but most likely thing that would terminate our possibilities. But anyway, after seeing the great robot takeover.
I mean, is he doing something hinky?
No, he's completely normal and ordinary and boring. Allow me to assure you, because I've been watching him for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
No. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Uh-huh. But you haven't worked up the nerve to talk to him about it yet?
What would I talk to him about?
Oh, right, yeah. I mean...
Are you insinuating I did this because I have a crush on Greg?
What? No, I never
totally
said...
do not...
No, that is just wild... I wouldn't. I don't know anything about... But, I mean, do you?
No.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're just scientifically curious about his alternate timeline world.
And she kind of stops and she goes, I just wonder if something like that happened in Chicago. That's all.
I think there's like a full 30 seconds of silence. Look, I mean, maybe it would be worth following him. I mean, just... Because he's there at the mall all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, at most, if we stick close to him, what? We'll be gone a day or maybe 2? We could bring Nicole and Holly. I mean, we could take backup, but what if there is something there?
But I don't know. And she kind of goes, we're so close to graduation. Well, I mean, to just getting over this year and all the tests and stuff, and I've got college acceptances coming in, and I don't know. This would be like a really bad time for me to disappear. Maybe
as opposed to the good times to disappear into an alternate world and never come back.
Yeah, it's a problem. See, you're not making your argument, Justin.
No, I'm saying there is no good time to try something unknown, and if we wait until we're already leaving, then, well, we're not going to do anything about it. We're just going to go to college, come back every now and then for laundry, forget about this shit. I mean, hell, what if Greg moves next week?
Yeah. What if he's what the overlap is and it isn't the mall? Except that the robot thing came here. She goes, I'm going home.
All right. Let me cut away from that then, Darlene. Justin, talk to me about what's gone on the last several months with your not dating, kind of dating, well, it just happens kind of thing with Nikki.
Yeah, I mean, we've been like hanging out and stuff, and that's cool. And she's been helping me with stuff. Like I'm working on this game that I'm writing that's very like, it's this new like cyberpunk genre and sort of delving very deeply into the like possibilities of the computer world and AI and all that. But just, pen and paper. It's all very. I think last year after that ill-fated snow trip to the mall, when Justin got home, the whole computer where Father was like exploded and mutated and warped machine cancer, and also like fried out and burned, along with the phone line that was plugged into it, like burned out all the way through the hall and like up to the pole out in the front yard. Like we had to have electricians come in and replace the wires and part of the drywall.
Your mom was not happy. Insurance didn't cover that.
It shouldn't have done that. I mean, it had never done anything like that. It was just so yeah, I think the sort of like situationship with Nikki is founded on like he's trying to write this game and he's shifted some of his like creative focus, and also like I think part of the relationship is that he's had to be sort of honest about what happened with father, and that I think maybe Nikki is like Nikki is like helping him keep an eye out on the internet, try and find some sign of like, did father go out there? Is there some machine army coming for us? You know, normal speculation things.
And let me ask you this, Justin, because you're also in the theater group, right? You're still doing theater. So, Justin, what do you do when you're kind of sitting there in between and one of the hottest girls, one of the leads actresses in this, her name is Olga Ray, and she comes up and she starts talking to you. You know, she's one of Mickey's old crew. And at what point does it penetrate your Justin consciousness that she is hitting on you? Like, what is it that tells you that she's like trying to get you to ask her out, kind of thing? Even the hair.
I think she keeps talking about like scene pieces that we need to work on for theater class, you know, assignments. And there's like you can do a monologue or you can do a short duet scene. And she keeps trying to do a scene with me, and just every one of them is like the next most famous love scene from a play sort of thing.
And she's like, you know, we could go over to your house and maybe practice.
I mean, I really was just gonna do. I had like a monologue prepared.
I'm so bad with monologues. It's very good with. Well, really, I need someone to play off of, and you really are just the best.
Oh, I mean,
Please.
that does make sense. I mean, yeah, there's like a different energy with like two people instead of just one.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Romeo and Juliet. Everybody does Romeo and Juliet.
Well, we could pick something else. We've got this bit from True West. You could do something like that. You know.
Well, that's pretty good. It's very like modern. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be everybody would expect something Shakespeare. It would be shocking. No, you're not wrong.
So maybe you come over to my house.
Okay, fine. This will be a good project. It's everybody will see. Like, we'll not just show off our own talents, but really like magnify each other in front of everybody.
Well, why don't you come over Friday? And we'll do this. And I know my parents left me some money for pizza, so we can get that. We can have that ordered in because they're out of town this weekend.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, bye.
Then.
And he's sort of like, as he's turning and saying bye, and she says that, he like trips over his own feet and stumbles forward.
think we're going to leave that Chekhov's gun on the table for the moment, shall we?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So I'm going to come into scenes here. This last weekend was Easter, on that Easter Sunday. So this is the Monday after Easter, which is the 12th of April, which means that the town is kind of busy because there's a pretty large Polish community in town. And so the day after Easter is known as Dingus Day. And it is a very Midwestern holiday. And essentially they make all the potchkis and donuts and things like that. And so it's a big local holiday. You don't get the school day off at all. But it is one of those things that's sort of in the background. And about mid-morning, probably a little bit after you've talked to Olga, Justin, there is a surprise assembly. And all four of you are called in. They get the whole school there. And your principal is there and says, I hope everyone's having, Principal Kip, I hope everyone's having a good Dingus Day. Remember, when you go out, don't eat too many cookies when you go home. So, yeah. You may or may not be aware, we had a school board meeting last Friday. There's some discussions that went on. We met with some people from the EPA that have been doing some testings here at Clay High. I regret to announce that this is the last year that Clay High will be in operation. We'll be graduating this class, and then we have to close Clay and have work done here. What that's going to mean is we've got a couple of dozen new portables that have been ordered that are going to be set up over at Adams, the other school in town. We're going to be moving classes over to there. We're going to change how the middle school, high school break goes so we can put some of the lower class, the 8th graders, are going to be going back into the middle school system. And we've also spoken to St. Joe Catholic, and they have offered us a number of seats for scholastically outstanding students that will be allowed to move into St. Joe for their senior year. So that is what is happening. We're all very sorry about this. A number of our teachers are going to be moving over to Adams to help with the transition. But letters have already been sent to your parents. And those of you who are going to be invited to move to St. Joe will also be receiving letters as to that. So sorry to tell you that so late in the school year. But go Ocelots. And he dismisses the assembly. And as you look around, it's not only the students that are kind of stunned by this. You can see that most of the teachers are also like this is the first time they're hearing this. One of the teachers comes over to you, Nikki. Which teacher of yours is it?
Miss Hickenlooper.
Miss Hickenlooper comes over to where you're at, and she has the look of someone who actually did know this was coming. Like, she's not as shocked.
She's in on it.
Yeah. And she goes, Nicole, can I speak to you for a second?
Of course, Miss Hickenlooper.
I just want to tell you that I put you forward as one of the students to go over to St. Joe. They've got a very fine college prep track there for the senior year. And your tuition will be covered there. There's been some money set aside on that for that. So I just wanted to tell you that if you're interested, that is out there.
Oh, thank you so much. What about Darlene?
I don't know if Darlene was also among those chosen. I would have to talk to the principal.
What about Justin?
No, I don't think he's on the list. He's very sharp, but he's done a lot of theater things his last couple of years, which has moved away from sort of the academic track that he was on.
But the arts, they're really important.
I'm sure they are, and I'm sure that Justin will be a shining star over at Adams.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Hickenlooper. I should go.
Okay. And what is your reaction to this, Darlene?
I think sinking stomach and that knowledge that I know for sure Nikki is going to be at St. Joe, and I have no idea where I've placed in the things. It's not like I'm acknowledged as being super academically.
You've never presented yourself that way. You do well, but you've never pushed it. Part of it is you have so much to do with your work at the funeral home.
I don't know.
Justin, what about you?
I mean, that's pretty messed up. I think especially if they're like splitting off and trying to figure things out. Like, I think Justin would gravitate over to the theater kids who are all obsessing about like their own hierarchy and like, are they even going to have a theater program big enough for all of us, sort of thing.
What are we going to do? I mean, because here's the thing, they've got kids who've been there in all their plays, like Rolford, he always gets the leads over there at Adams, and he's terrible,
I mean, next year
they did our town,
senior
and it
year,
was horrible.
And we're supposed to be in the leads, and we've
and
worked at it so long. And what are they going to do? Just like step aside for us?
No, and they're going to get chosen. I mean, because it's going to be their teachers who are going to be running it. So,
they're totally going to have their own favorites. Oh my God, that's the worst.
We're all going to be spear carriers. That's what's going to happen.
This is already the most unfair.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're going to have to double up their theater schedule. That's what's going to have to happen.
Yeah, we should start a petition.
They've got like half their schedule is for this improv club they've got over there, and they're terrible.
Oh, is that even why would they even let them use the stage? Oh God, with the black turtlenecks.
Absolutely, the worst.
The worst.
Hate improvers.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start a movement about this. We need that theater space. We need more plays there, or else they're never going to be able to get all of us on stage.
And at least one person says, well, maybe we could like find a space and we can do some plays and sell tickets on our own too.
What are you talking about? Improv?
No, not improv. Like we put on a play. We put on our own play. You know,
Okay.
like there's the old firehouse that they use for like the city like community theater thing, and we could maybe we could arrange and we could do some things there. Look good on a resume or college.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a whole theater full of supplies and costumes. What are they even going to do with them?
Oh,
They
yeah.
wouldn't miss some.
Yeah, we could start borrowing some.
Yeah. It's for
Store 'em away.
extracurricular study.
Absolutely. Okay. And they're all excited about this plan to steal all the theater stuff from school now.
Awesome. I mean, we still have the play next month, but I don't think anybody's talking about that.
What play are they doing?
Funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
Okay. Oh, Jesus wept.
Yes, it's a complicated musical in high school.
Yes. Oh, man. I've seen a community theater production of that. So much can go wrong. So, Holly, what is your reaction to this?
I think first thought is that I'm glad Buzz moved away before all this happened. And then just kind of watching everybody freak out because I'm going to graduate in a couple months and like none of this is going to affect me or matter. But how far away is that other school? Or the other schools?
So this Clay is at the north side of town. Adam's at the south side of town. Everybody's going to have to get bused.
So like that'll probably change things even more, just in terms of how much time he's going to have. Like,
Yeah.
especially Darlene, who has very little time anyway. Yeah.
It does look to you like you look around. Justin's with his theater people. Nikki's talking to a teacher, and Darlene's just kind of standing there.
Yeah, I think I go up to Darlene. Hey.
And she kind of looks at you and she goes, "You're so lucky you're graduating."
I mean, how bad can it be?
And she goes, "I don't know. It's like I'm going to go to Adams and..."
You're going to Adams? They're not sending you to...
And she kind of looks over at Nikki, who's talking to the teacher, and she goes, I'm pretty smart, but I'm no Nikki."
What's they're sending one person?
No, but they'll be sending that group of people like Nikki that everyone knows they're the smart ones. Doesn't matter how hard you work or how many scholarships you've gotten or even what your PSAT scores are. It's going to be about how you presented yourself to the teachers because it's nomination.
And just like looking over at Nikki. Well, that's bullshit.
And she goes, "No, as she works the game, I mean, she doesn't even think about it. And I didn't do that, so it's my fault."
You should apply to some, like, what schools are you even thinking about going to? Because you're going to go to college, obviously.
She stops and goes, "I applied to Northwestern."
Okay.
And she goes, "And I would really, really like to go to USC, but you got to be like super lucky to get in if you're out of state." And she kind of stops and she goes, "And about any college in New York City would be amazing because they've all got great media schools. So I've applied to all of those, but I haven't heard back yet. But my scores are good. I mean, like I got a chance. I just gotta figure out how to set myself forward." Ugh, Adams, it's gonna be like 45 minutes to get there every day. And she goes, "Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter." And she goes, "What are you gonna do next year?"
Well, I could have been married.
"What?" And you see her eyes go like super round.
yeah, over the weekend, Jeremy came over and like, yeah,
Jeremy? Wow.
I know. Like, we've been seeing each other like off and on for years, but
She sort of stops and goes, "What did you say?"
that I didn't know what I was doing next year, let alone in 20.
That is a good answer. And she goes, "But I want you to know that when you do get married, if you don't ask me to be a bridesmaid, I am going to be so angry."
Well, I don't know if you can go into Adams.
She goes, "Not only that, I'm going to be the cheapest wedding photographer you could possibly get, and the best one."
Deal.
Okay.
Let me cut from that, if I may. I want to set up a couple of things here, a couple of bits and pieces that are on the table before we go to a break. The rest of the day, you're distracted, Nikki, I assume.
Yes.
And so you're maybe not kind of paying attention, and you're in essentially the keyboarding / computer class that they have. And this is the one with your bevy of nerd friends. And as you are there, you kind of suddenly notice that there's a commotion at the door, and you will see one of the kids, Jordan, one of your nerd friends, probably about your age, has gotten up, and he's kind of swinging around wildly, and his eyes are wide, and you see him throw open the door like hard enough that if there hadn't been a bumper there, might have like shattered the glass in the door, and starts like running out into the hall like he's having some kind of panic attack or something.
Oh, crap.
What do you do?
Call for the teacher. Like, hey.
And the teacher's getting up, having that thing where they have to put their feet down from the desk, and they're kind of sitting there, go, Jordan, and they're yelling after Jordan.
Get up and I run after. It's stupid. Please don't.
Okay. And you will run out into the hall. And you see Jordan has run full pell-mell down the hall. You want to try and catch him?
Yeah, I think I probably should. I've let people not help them before, so I got to do this.
Let's roll move.
Oh, crap. I'm not a good mover. Move and body. So I've got 3 dice that I'm rolling. That's a bitter, abysmal, terrible failure with 2 1s and a 3.
You chasing behind him, and he slams himself right into a pillar.
Did he?
Like he was running. He didn't stop. It's like he didn't see it. He runs right into this pillar that's like in the middle of the hall where they post things on it and stuff. Slams right into it. Like when he hits the concrete of the hall, you can see there's blood on some of the flyers where his face hit, and he collapses to the ground.
I think it's the thing where like run and kind of drop to her knees and skid to check out what's going on, quickly running through her head all the first aid stuff that she's mostly
you have to apply pressure. He's busted his nose up, knocked a tooth out, and he's out unconscious, and he just muttering, and he's muttering. He's they, how did they get out into around all around? Okay, you got to keep out of the water all around. Guys down deep, uh, down to Hector, and then he's out. And by this time, teachers and other people have come running, and they're calling for the school nurse, and they will kind of clear you away as they lift up Jordan to take him to not the nurse's office, but probably the hospital.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And you will notice a couple of the other nerds, everyone else kind of standing around, but you will notice a girl named Violet and a kid named Armando, but they call him Army. Like they're also in the nerd group, and you know them and stuff. Like they're watching at a distance, and they have a different look on their face. Not like a look of like what the what, but like scared.
Okay.
We'll come back to that. Darlene, what's your last period class?
Yearbook.
Okay. So you're in yearbook, and you will be working on stuff, and you see a kid come in and like with a thing, like a pass between stuff, and goes over and starts talking to a couple of the girls who are in there, and you will hear them say, Maxine Grabowski, like she went out at lunch to go to drive over the Taco Bell, and she got T-boned on the way back, and she's in the hospital. And they're kind of talking about that, and that kind of draws your attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll see another kid in the class, like a little bit, like a year younger than you,
Mm-hmm.
Tony Fiore, and you see he's heard that, and he like has jumped up to his feet, and like all of the blood has drained from his face. And he kind of starts to stagger like he's going to leave the classroom.
Okay. I will go and kind of slide my arm around his elbow and go, hey, let's go get some water or something, okay?
He turns and looks at you, and you have probably never seen this kind of level of panic and guilt and fear all at the same time.
Okay. And I'm going to sort of step him out into the hall where no one can hear us, and I'm going to see what's going on.
Let's have you roll contact.
Okay. So that's 6.
Well, actually, charm. You get
Okay.
2 in charm.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Rich, for the link. So I'm going to clear. And that was 6 then, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 6s.
He looks at you, and like he's shaking, and he says, I told the passage. I told it was on, and I said, they asked what we wanted, and I said I wanted Maxine to die. I wanted her to stop bullying me. I just wanted her dead. And I said it, and it wasn't anything. It was just a TV show. I mean, and it was just like he slides to the floor and just starts crying.
Okay. And I think I will, sort of, she'll hunker down next to him, and she'll go, hey, listen, I've seen some weird stuff here. Tell me what you're talking about. What's this passage?
It's a show. It's on late. It's like sometimes you can find it, and it's like a public access show, and it asks you what you want, and it's like it's talking to you, and then and and then he starts spouting some gibberish in the middle of his conversation. Like it looks to you like he's saying, like he thinks he's still saying things to you, but it's coming out weird. And then it kind of fades back, and he goes, and now she's gonna die.
She goes, okay. It's probably just a coincidence. She goes, but if it isn't, she goes, who else has done this that you know of?
And she goes, a bunch of people, he says. And probably at that point is when, some school personnel will come over and will kind of, okay, we need to get him to the nurse.
Okay.
And they will pull him away. Let's take our 5-minute break here with those two incidents on the table, and we'll come back with dealing with those or dealing with other things. As you wish. We'll let Justin and Holly set scenes when we come back. Okay. Well, at least it's picking up my mic. That's weird.
Is your camera not working?
My camera decided to stop functioning.
Yeah, I've been having that on and off.
Fun.
We'll see. I don't know why it would have done that. I made no changes except to turn the camera off.
Mhm.
So you will just hear my anonymous voice.
It
From
makes it more ominous.
Yeah, it does make it more ominous.
Who was that mysterious evil person?
I can't do my facial expressions then. I can't gesticulate like I usually do.
Yeah.
Maybe with the magic of Google, it will switch back at some point.
That's not my experience, but good luck to you.
I maybe it will. We will not. We'll see. I'll switch it from the other one, and then we'll switch it back to the Logitech. It's gonna go no. Logitech's broken, lol. Even though it's a camera.
What webcam? I don't see a webcam.
Webcam?
Does the Logitech have a light on?
No.
Yeah.
So it's not grabbing at the camera.
Exactly. You might try unplugging that USB and plugging it back in and seeing if it recognizes it.
I will give that a try.
That or it'll just, pull you out
I'm
of
gonna
the
mute myself for a sec, okay?
So Tyler started his new job at 4 a.m. yesterday.
And how is?
He said it was really rough between the hours, and it's a bigger kitchen than he's used to working in, so he was worn out. But he went in again at 4 a.m. this morning and should be home about the time we finish.
I am sure that he will get the hang of it quickly. He's certainly been under less controlled circumstances than a hospital kitchen.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I think it's a sort of like forcing the schedule to become normal for him. He's going to be on it like all this next week on the 4 a.m. shifts, which is, it'll be interesting to figure out.
Yeah, it is a thing with the shifts is you can adjust to a given shift. It's when they ask you to work completely split shifts where sometimes you start at 4 a.m. and sometimes you have a shift that ends at 4 a.m. or ends late at night. That is untenable for any but 20-year-olds. So
yeah, luckily the latest the shifts go is like 8 p.m. So that is a big swing, but it's not like an insane swing. And hopefully he'll work up some schedule that's sort of like a sensible shift through the week.
will they eventually give him the same shift set every week? Or like he'll know?
Ideally, it'll be a 2-week set rather than an every week, which will be interesting, but it should hopefully be a regular 2-week set.
Okay. In theory, he could carve out times for Gauntlet games with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm that person for whom that's an incredibly important aspect.
I find it important when he's going to have time to run games. It impacts my life a little bit. Tiny bit. I'll say in memory of lost Darren, poor Buzz, we miss you. I was talking to him at Origins, and we got on the subject of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. He was talking about like how impressed he was with it and how cool it was. And then someone threw it up on the Gauntlet, and I'm gonna be a vampire with Sarah and maybe Ryan at some point.
Oh, that sounds like an ideal.
Yeah, he got into a few sessions.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm, lifelong White Wolf junkie. So, and I trust Darren's opinion, so I want to see what this game's like.
Yeah, the only experience I've got with it is my housemate watches one of the APs, like voice actors in LA or something. They get together and do it. It looks interesting.
What game is this?
Vampire the Masquerade.
5th edition.
Yep.
I see.
Origins Game of the Year.
Oh, yes.
Oh, was it?
Popular voting, all that jazz. Okay, so the camera is functional outside of Hangouts, but Hangouts has decided that I do not have a camera. So I'm going to apologize,
Fun.
but we will play on through, and maybe at some point, Hangouts will change its mind.
You can, I mean, if you do it quickly, you can close out of the window that is Hangouts and then jump back in, and sometimes it'll refresh. I've done that before.
But will that affect the recording?
Mostly probably no, although Hangouts has been getting hinky now that I think about it.
Yeah, we'll just go sans camera, and I'll try to use
Weird.
the theater of the mind with my voice here. There we
All
go,
right.
like a radio play. We have one player in another game who doesn't have a camera, and I always find it supremely disconcerting, though I try to play around it. Holly or Justin, I'd like to have one of you call a scene, and either something related to what you've done before or connected to another character. Either of you have an inspiration that you'd like to go with. That's something like, oh, I want to do this. Or do I just force you to go? GMVI.
I was thinking about a Greg watching scene with Darlene at the mall.
So go to try to track down Darlene.
Mm-hmm.
Like catch her after school.
Yeah.
This is the same Dingus Day. You talked to her this weekend about the thing. It is called Dingus Day. Yes.
Okay.
Growing up, it was the big political holiday, and all of the local politicians went out glad handing on Dingus Day.
That's amazing.
Yes. Very Polish town. Very Polish Catholic town. Hey, let me ask you this. Since this is a question I haven't asked you, Justin. Justin, is your family Protestant? Did observant, not observant? What's church?
I think it's an Episcopalian church.
Okay.
More than Christmas and Easter attendees, but definitely not like regular attendees.
Okay. So where do you catch Darlene after school?
I don't know, maybe just heading home.
Yeah, as you're leaving, Darlene, of course, has a car now, the Le Car, and you know where her car is in the parking lot. Since she's got one of those little stickers that you can get to actually drive and park. And Darlene, what is your affect?
My affect.
Like what when Justin sees you, what's your mood, behavior? What does he see?
Oh, okay. I think that she is actually probably like sitting on the hood of her car. Like she always does that to wait for most of the people to empty out of the parking lot. But she's like really watching the other students pretty closely. Is probably it. You got that where she's sort of concentrating on people walking by and trying to gauge what they're doing. She has her camera out. You'll see her pick it up when a certain group walks by every once in a while to see how they react.
So yeah, I think he sort of comes up from the side and surprises you, which surprises him, just like he came out of the direction that you were watching, sort of thing.
She's like, damn it. She goes, Justin, there's something really fucked up going on.
Sorry, wow. I didn't mean to. What?
She goes, last period. So what? And she looks at her watch. She goes, so 23 minutes ago, one of the kids in yearbook, he overheard them talking about Margaret Gomkowski. She got in an accident at lunch hour, and he freaked out, ran out into the hall. I talked to him, he said that there's some public access TV show that asks, "What do you want?" And he said that he wanted her dead, apparently. But then while he was describing this thing to me, like all of a sudden he started talking really weird, like talking in tongues or something, and then flipped back like he had no sense he was doing it.
Wait, there's so much to unpack.
Exactly. So
Oh,
that's what I've been sitting here doing, unpacking and wondering if there's other people.
so overheard who? And you said Margaret, and wait, is she dead?
She's at the hospital, got T-boned.
Wait, so who wanted her dead?
And she goes, "That doesn't matter."
I mean,
He said lots of kids have
wanted
done
Margaret
this.
dead?
No, lots of kids have watched this public access show and asked for something.
Yeah. That's the other thing. And he's like turned halfway around. He's digging through his backpack. What show was it?
He said The Passage.
Oh my God! Seriously, The Passage?
That's
He's
what
like flipping through his notebook, and there's this whole section in the middle that's just these like random garbled lines separated that he's like scribbled down. Is it anything like this?
She looks at his notebook. Is it anything like that? I mean, she goes, I haven't seen it. She goes, he just said it. I don't know what it's like.
You're not a big coder. That's not your thing.
Mhm.
So you look at this and you're like, what he lapsed into is a little bit like what you're seeing here.
Okay, yeah, that looks. What is this, Justin?
Well, it's the freakiest program. I would have told you about it, but I mean, like, only Nikki really cares about this deep pull computer stuff. But it's like this show that's about DIY electronics and computer stuff at home, but then like some freaky production shit happens in the middle of it, and there's these weird colors, and sometimes there's like these lines of code that pop up on the screen, and they don't really seem to work except maybe together. I haven't found a way to. I don't know. They're just. It's sort of become a hobby when I can't sleep.
So it's like an AI thing takes control?
What? No, I hadn't really thought about that. I just figured it was like.
And she does the thing she always does to you, and she reaches up and like play boxes your ears. And she goes, "Okay, so like you've been watching this thing. Have you ever heard it ask people what they want?"
No, I mean, I would have mentioned sooner a show that talks to me.
So is this something that it's only, when did you last watch it?
I mean, it's been a couple weeks. Comes on at weird hours.
Like not the same time?
No, it just sort of seems to come in between other shows, like halfway between them. It's just sort of weird, actually. I always figured it was some like hacker performance art collective thing.
So, you want to see if we can watch it tonight?
Why? You want to make a wish?
No, I want to see what it is that people are getting themselves caught up in.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we should probably get Nikki.
Sure, we could have like a computer party sleepover.
Where? She's like, let's? I don't know. But anyway, we should probably ask. Well, let's just get the whole group together, okay?
Sure, let's watch some hackers.
Do you think that's what's going on?
I don't even know what's going on. We have Greg from another timeline and a weird multi-dimensional mall, and God help us if there's snow again. Who knows what the fuck's going on?
Still, and she sort of stops and goes, for some reason, it always feels safer when Holly's with us.
does seem much more willing to punch problems in the face. It's helpful.
It's not just that. She cuts right through the shit. And she kind of goes, let's ask her if we can go over to her house. I don't think your
Okay.
dad will care. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
Holly, do you have a scene you'd like to call, or shall I bring them into play before that or after that? What would you like?
I kind of want to have a scene with Nikki.
Okay, let's do that scene, because maybe at the end of that, maybe we can have them come upon them. Is it okay to have a scene at school then? Like
Yeah.
end of the day? Rich is terrified.
I don't have anything in mind. Just I feel like we should have a scene together.
So, Holly, you're leaving class, and this is at the end of the day. You're like, I'm getting out of here, and Nikki, the blood that you got on you, where is it show?
I think the blood she has on her, it doesn't show on her shirt because she got so excited after meeting the 8-year-old girl that she wore her red box, or like a red D&D t-shirt. It's just the red box on the cover, like the cover of the red box there. So the blood is like kind of a stain, but it doesn't super show. But I think that it got on her faded jeans, her totally cool faded jeans, like a few droplets around her knee and her right thigh.
Yeah, more than you thought. Like, and Holly, you will see Nikki kind of sitting outside of the nurse's office, like she's clearly been told to go and rest, and you can see that she's got blood on her.
Yeah, I think I'm like on my way somewhere else, like just home. And you can probably, if you're looking at me, like you can see me thinking, just keep walking, just keep going.
I think he's totally tracking Holly as she goes by.
And then I like catch sight of the blood, and it's like, what happened to you?
Oh. I have to wash these.
They're probably not going to let you into St. George's or whatever if you're fighting.
It's Jordan in class. He just like ran out and ran into a wall. It was crazy. He was mumbling a bunch of stuff that made no sense. And I think Violet and Army know what's going on, but like I need to talk to them or something.
Who and who?
It's a couple of people in the AV club, you know, fellow nerds and stuff.
Right.
Yep. You look nice today, Ollie.
Thanks.
Cool. If you want to figure out what's going on with Jordan, like he was mumbling crazy stuff, like we got to keep him out of the water.
You don't know?
Something
You
about
haven't figured it out in your brain already? You can teach me?
Like, no, I haven't figured it out yet. I've got it. It's cool. You heading home?
Yeah.
Lucky you don't have to worry about the whole school split thing. That's pretty great.
You worried about it?
Darlene,
You're going to get to go to the way better school. Isn't that what you've wanted?
I'm worried that Darlene's not going to make it in. I gotta figure out how to convince them that she deserves to be a St. Joe's as much as me or anybody.
She doesn't think she's going to make it in either.
Well, she...
Which is complete bullshit. She's worked harder than anyone.
I know. She just doesn't have a very high opinion of herself, but you and I both know she deserves to be there, and I just got to make it happen. I got to figure out how to do it. So there's that, but that's fine. I've got it.
You're good at it, playing the game.
That's totally what this is.
Maybe to some people.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, it seems like it's a structure. You figure out how the structure works, and you master it. Like, why else would we all be stuck in here together, right? It's not like to learn. I mean, you guys are all smart. It's just about taking tests and making sure that people, know. It's just what you do if you want to win, They're giving me some scholarship money, and I don't know if I need it, because Dad doesn't talk about what he's working on, but then Mom just took a job, so that kind of means something, because she's never worked, like, as long as I've been alive. She's like, and I thought I could trick her into talking about their finances, but then she got really mad. Made perfect sense to me, but
Well, it sounds like you've got everything pretty much handled.
do I?
You going to some fancy new school?
All by
You
myself.
and Justin are the thing now. I've noticed.
See? I don't think he likes me that much.
Maybe you should ask him to marry you.
What? Why would I even do that? I'm in high school. That's weird. This isn't like Little House on the Prairie.
I think that's the moment. By the way, Little House on the Prairie is your go-to is darling and appropriate. But I think that's the point at which you two will see a slightly frantic Justin and Darlene approaching.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you guys are together. She goes,
Holly takes his stuff away.
Oh. And the hopeful look in Nikki's eyes just fades.
and she stops and goes, listen, there's something really weird happening. So this kid in my, and she essentially blahs you on the thing that happened.
Oh God, Jordan in my class, he like ran out and ran. This is his blood. It's totally not my blood. I'm not.
Oh my God, I didn't even
that's
know
blood.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is he all right?
No, he went to the hospital, like kind of jumped nurse, do not pass go, do not collect $200 straight to the hospital. And like he busted out a tooth and of course bled all over me. Gross. But I think like Army and Violet, who are both like AV club folks, I think they know what's up. And do you guys, there's somebody else? This is crazy.
Yeah. So, and she kind of goes, so let's see if we can find Violet and Army.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. I mean, like Holly and I were talking about taking care of it, but it's good. This whole team.
Very skeptical look.
Yeah, and we have a lead. You know that Passage show I keep telling you need to watch?
I've totally taped it.
Well, it's apparently a good thing you didn't watch it because it's been haunting kids or taking them over or reprogramming them or what the fuck ever.
Whoa.
Like literally he was talking like tongues. I mean, it was totally weird.
Was he talking about Hector or like keeping them out of the water?
Was that something he said though?
No, but Hector is the name of the person who does the DIY show.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, well, Patrick would know that. I've never watched it.
Hector, like Hector the host?
Hmm?
Hector the hacker? Nothing, Nikki? You really haven't watched any of them?
No.
No, it's fine.
The production quality is terrible. I mean, I can put up with Doctor Who, but like this is worse.
Apparently,
This
they're
is
just
like
not interesting until it's a haunted show.
Where
Oh,
would
hey,
Violet
Justin.
Or just
Olga and her crew walk by. Hey, Justin.
Oh, hey, Olga.
See you Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Oh, it's just this
So-
theater thing. We're like working up a scene together, to present for class. It's an assignment.
cool, awesome. So we should definitely watch this thing, right?
Yeah. The show, the kids, the haunted kids. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
We're writing them what like their computers or something?
Well, I mean, no, maybe. No. We just need to talk to them and figure out like if Violet and Army watch the show, if this really is what's going on, right? We need to investigate. We need to focus on this.
Right.
We do.
Where would they be?
Oh,
AV
come
room?
on. Yeah, it's after school, so they're probably playing on the Apple computers.
And I'm going to assume that the four of you, Holly at the back, most reluctantly, will head down. And there are some kids there in the computer lab. And you look around. They're doing the after school thing where they're playing Oregon Trail or whatever they can get on the school computers. But you don't see Violet or Army there. Some of their other friends are there, but not them.
Hey guys, where's Vi? Where's Army?
Oh, they said they were heading to the arcade?
Oh,
Like they took
cool.
off like right away.
Bitchin'. All right, awesome. Later, guys. Hey, Darlene,
All right.
can we ride to the arcade? Can we have a ride?
Yep.
Sweet.
Holly gets shotgun.
I agree. Let's
What?
sit in the back.
That's not how shotgun works.
Shotgun.
Well, you
Okay.
technically have to be You have to be standing on like pavement. But
Yeah, I mean, there's
I'm
rules to this.
I'm with Darlene on this, though. I think we should sit in the back. Justin, we need to talk.
Okay.
And so
All
as you're driving along, do you say something to Justin, Nikki? Or do you just
Oh,
kind of
Keep in mind that we can all definitely hear this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Whispering. Whispering. So I think she's gonna like.
Into a car.
She's convinced. If she whispered low enough, but then there's the ambient noise of the car, so she's gonna have to whisper loud enough. But yeah, I think she like slides her arm around Justin and kind of moves in to whisper into his ear. Hey, don't do that scene thing. I wanted you to come over to my house Friday night.
Well,
My mom
mean-
starts work. We could hang out.
Okay, well, I could like come over afterwards, but I do like need this grade,
Well, I'll do your scene. I'm a good actress.
But you're not even in the class.
Well, I could like cold read off of. Okay.
No, that'll be good actually. That'll help me get the lines down. So when I go over to Olga's and we practice, like I can really be present and in it.
I don't want you in it.
What is this about? This is just a scene.
Takes her arm out from Justin's neck and turns around and faces forward, puts her hands between her knees and just sits there angrily.
I asked you if you wanted to audition when the auditions were going on for the play, and you said no.
I had stuff going on.
Would you guys stop arguing? Oh my god.
So we're not arguing. Fine, whatever.
And you arrive at the sort of strip mall, micro mall that the more older arcade, Aladdin's Castle, is in town. It used to be popular, but most people go to the malls for these. But it has stuck around somehow. They do birthday parties here as well. And so they've got like all of the little catch 'em machines and lots of old arcade games. A lot of it's retro. They don't have anything particularly recent here. Like they have old Smash TV and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lost in Time machines and that kind of thing. And probably Gauntlet. So you're hearing like Elf needs food badly and those kind of voice things. And at least a couple of the punch out machines, which, having worked in an arcade, are the most mind killing machines ever. They repeat on a 30-second loop. The same thing. They're horrible. But you'll come in, and this carpet is that kind of dark red, like really low carpet, dark red, with all of those blackened spots of gum that has been, worked down over the years. They use one of those little trundle cleaners, that you hear the hook as they roll them around that don't really pick up anything. And you'll see the arcade manager is rolling around. And you will see Violet and Army are back by one of the pinball machines, and they are conspiratorially talking. There are probably a few other people in here. As you open the door, super air conditioned, like it's icy cold when you come in from the outside. What do you four do?
I'm just making a beeline for Violet and Army. They are going to feel the full fury of Olga's encroachment on my thing.
So they see you and they freeze. And Army goes, "Hey, Nikki."
Hey, Army. Hey, Vi. So you guys know my boyfriend Justin and Holly and Darlene. So what is going on with Jordan? You knew.
Wait, what?
You knew what was up.
Let's have you roll charm. I think you get an extra die for having your posse with you.
Sweet. All right, that means I'm rolling 6 dice.
Yes. There's almost no chance you could fail.
Thank you so much for pointing that out and guaranteeing failure. 3 6s. They crack under my will.
So they definitely freak out and freeze, and they're kind of looking around and they go, I don't just look. We played this arcade game. We played this game. And
oh God, Golden Axe?
Well, first off, he hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
Man, I thought they put that on mothballs.
No. So Paul, the guy who used to run the arcade, who went off to do repair stuff, he got this golden axe that they threw out, the old machine, right? Because it got the machine cancer, but it was still working. And it's a whole different game in there. And some of us have been playing it. He lets us play it. And it's wild, but since we've been playing it, we've been seeing stuff.
Wait, but What about the passage?
What's the passage?
The show?
I I I don't know about that. I know Jordan mentioned it,
No, it's usually
but we've just
not like in a very
like I don't know. If Jordan isn't the first one who's played the game who like hurt themselves.
Holy crap.
Who else?
Do you know Kelly Cardy?
Oh, don't do anything to alert him.
She used to have like all the high scores in here. She was the first one to go over and play Golden Axe. And then like a couple of weeks ago, she started to get all paranoid and stuff. And like, we thought that she was just like maybe on the drugs. And, but she said she was seeing people where there weren't people and things. And then since then, she like walked out and got hit by a car, and like since then we've been seeing things like out of the corner of my eye. I like sometimes I'll see somebody there,
Like what kind of somebody?
like these shapes, like like do you ever see old Lost in Space, that old show?
Mhm.
They always use these like bad guys that were like spooky, that were just like covered in black. They had like a black face mask and they had like black stuff. It's like that, but they're wet.
And where do you see them?
It's when I'm walking around sometimes.
Okay.
Does that have anything to do with the game that you play, the Golden Axe game? Are there enemies like that?
And they both pause and they say, I can't remember.
What do you mean?
Like we play the game. I don't know if I can describe. I mean, it's a good game. Like it's fun. I know that, but I'm not sure I could describe it to you.
What,
And Violet could. I couldn't tell you what it's like.
after all that buildup? Like all the secrecy and working hard to play it? You don't remember anything? Was it like a platformer or like a map exploration?
You'd have to play it yourself. I'm not even sure we play the same game.
All right, I've joined you.
When you get done playing, how do you feel usually?
Like jazzed, like energized, like I know. Army says, like I know last time I got a really good score, and I felt jazzed.
Okay. So you kind of like to keep on playing it, right?
Yeah, there's something about it.
Is there like a drug?
No, not like a drug. It's a video game.
Right. But you go back because you like the feel.
Yeah, like it's like better than like even the Addams Family Pinball.
And Kelly and Jordan, they both played it a lot?
They played a lot more than we did.
Wait, like better than Adam's Family Pinball? I find that specious.
All right, just so
It
you
is better than Addams Family Pinball.
Nikki, this isn't the time.
Well, I mean, you don't diss Adam's Family Pinball.
But you remember your games of Addams Family Pinball, right? I actually kind of look at them, at Army and Vi.
Yeah. It's weird. But I don't know.
Do you watch each other playing it?
No, Paul doesn't have people lurk.
Okay, so where can we find Paul?
At his shop, probably.
Okay, where's that at?
Let's say it's downtown. It's got the little, it's a barefoot electronics.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because he doesn't wear shoes.
Ugh. Okay. You might want to not play so much for a little while. See if you can stay away, okay?
Okay. When you kind of do that and you kind of got that looming threat, it's not you they would look at, in terms of being worried. It is that their eyes dart to Holly, who has a little bit of that reputation. She's just slightly older.
You're not seeing these things now, are you? Are you?
Pardon? What?
The black things.
Not right now, but on the way over here, when we biked over here, they were. I felt like there were a couple who were following us. And so we came in here. There's so much like noise and stuff in here, and we don't see them in here.
Cool. Okay.
And that's the point at which the manager comes around and says, you kids gonna play? No loitering.
What rarity is it?
We're just going.
I think Nikki had like 5 quarters out. She was ready to start playing, and then
Yeah, Justin was definitely like headed towards the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles machine.
No quarters, tokens only.
Oh, right.
Fine, I guess we'll come back later.
Yeah, that sounds fun. It's a date.
Why does everybody keep saying that?
What?
Nothing? Let's go.
You get them
Okay,
whenever you-
I think we start to go, and Darlene goes back and she hands them $5 and says, "Why don't you stay here until you feel better? Maybe call your parents or big brother or something to come get you and take you home, just so you feel a little bit better about things."
Okay.
Okay. And she kind of goes, and you can call Nikki if it gets bad again. Okay.
And they nod. I'm nodding, but you can't see it because I don't have a camera. So I have to remember that that's what's happening. I'm getting all kinds of great stuff that you guys aren't seeing. Anyway, in any case, 4 of you will pile in. Holly, are you taking shotgun again?
Yeah. Unless Justin runs there and gets there first.
No, I think you definitely get there first.
Pile into the car. Your Lacar. How loud is your Lacar? What is the problematic element of the car at this point?
The problematic element of the car is not the starting or anything like that. What it is that if it's wet out, the brakes will squeal.
You get that it was a like foggy morning, a little bit of misty rain. So every time she stops, there's that wet squeal sound.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of is like, because the brakes for a car are pretty much the same as lawnmower brakes. So, you have to get them replaced every 6 months or so.
And you can tell that time is coming up. And like we're after school, probably now about 4:30 or so. You 4 will drive up to this old downtown place. It used to be like a like Tux rental place that got refaced and done, and it's got this, shoeless electronics. Someone's drawn really horrible, big hippie, big feet on the thing, and it's electronics repair, TV repair, computer repair, blah blah blah, all that on the sign that is mostly handwritten or done with vinyl up on that, and the four of you can go in, and the front of this place is like someone has clearly bought old glass display cabinets and things like that for sort of the front area. They've got old Walkmans and Discmans and things like that. There's all kinds of stuff in the case. Like clearly they resell broken pieces that they've recovered, and there's lots of TVs and monitors, things and up on the shelf. And of course the bell rings when you come in, and for a little bit you four are the only people there in the sort of front part of this shop.
Justin's like nervously poking around and just trying to stay busy and distracted, sort of thing.
Yeah, like looking around at the things. There's probably a lot of things I'm like peripherally familiar with here.
After a couple of minutes, this guy comes from the back. He's got a Led Zeppelin t-shirt on. He's like 6'1", a little bit of a paunch. He's got big bushy beard, big bushy curly hair. He's got these jeans on that are like not fake distressed, but like I wore these way too long distressed, and bare feet that like are dirty. And he comes out and he goes, "So what's up? Hey, how can I help you, you kids? What's up?"
Still don't know who the killer is, so
We heard you've got a really cool game. Like an old version of Golden Axe?
Maybe, dude. Maybe dude'll do that. Maybe.
So can we see it?
Let me have you, Darlene, make a contact roll
Okay.
to convince an adult here. You'll have to tell me what you get, Sherry.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Anxious. I did not get a 6, so I'm going to try to roll again. All right. I got a 6.
He says, "I don't know. Like, if how do I know that you guys are worthy of being warriors of the light?"
Valiant Army said we should come and see it.
Also, I got to a level 15 paladin, and Nicole got to a level 18 cleric.
wait.
Well,
No, don't tell me.
I mean, I made name level, so like, listen, we'll keep them out of the water.
No, Meg, no, Meg.
And when you say the water, you see him stop. He goes, "Okay."
Okay.
Now, I'll take you in the back, but only one person can play it at a time.
It's a 2-player game. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's a 1-player game.
So close to standing right in
Beg
the
to
trap.
differ.
Well, I beg to be the person who has the game, so there we go.
Fine.
They turn the power on.
He says, now, I got to ask you, you guys aren't police, right? Because if you're police, you got to tell me.
Yes, we're police. Then we went back in time to be 17 years old.
It might be like a 21 Jump Street
cops.
situation going on.
That's
I don't
John
know.
Dam right there.
We're trying to get him to step into his own traps, but
They're all feisty and stuff. Okay, I get it. It's all
That's
good.
TV, not real life. Do any of us look like Johnny Depp?
God, I wish.
What was that?
Nothing. I mean, I don't want to look like Johnny Depp.
No, but like, do you want? Wait. That is not what?
you have
You don't want to look like Johnny Depp?
Well, I mean, of course.
Who's gonna play first?
Me.
Okay, why don't you guys come on back? He opens up like a little walk through door for you to walk behind the counters, and he'll take you through the beaded curtains into a back area that it is filled with arcade machines that are in stages of various repair. There's all kinds of components and things. It's just this labyrinth of machinery back here. And he takes the four of you over to kind of like a work desk area, where there's he very quickly goes over and puts out his reefer that was sort of smoldering there, and kind of puts that off to the side. And he's like, okay, you three stay here. I will take you back. What's your name, feisty girl?
Nikki.
Okay, Nikki, I'm going to take you back to the Golden Axe machine and put some credits in there for you, okay?
Yes, I can very clearly
Okay.
see that.
You three wait here.
I've got this.
Which one, though?
We'll take care of it. I got it.
And he will lead you through this labyrinth, kind of stepping over power cables, junk, old bags of Doritos, that kind of thing, as he takes you back to this area, and you can see that there is sort of a curtained off like spot that's clearly about the size of where you'd have an arcade machine. And he says, let me put the credits in for you. Hang on. And you see he steps in, and you will hear the machine start up, and you will hear, Tyrius welcomes you, warrior. Will you defend Wayward? And you hear that dook, 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 dook sound of somebody putting credits on a machine. Shuts the thing, locks it, because you have to open the front where you put the coins in to click the extra credits there. Shuts that with the little key thing, and then pulls the curtain open and gestures for you to
Okay,
step inside as he steps out, Nikki.
Okay, that's not at all freaky. I've got it. I'm doing it.
What are the other three of you doing as Nikki is taken to this other part of the repair shop?
I take a picture of the reefer and the thing, and then I kind of look around to see if there's any
but we're not
any
allowed
other
to-
sign of machine cancer stuff.
It's like the last person and she's on the hook.
Why don't you make an investigate roll?
No,
Okay.
stop. I have to save this girl.
And then I'm going to check in with Holly and Justin.
You guys, what are we gonna do? We can't just let her go back there by herself. I mean, if she's gonna play the game, everybody that plays it forgets it. So what's the point of even coming here?
Is the guy that went back there with her coming out, or is he waiting?
He's clearly waiting by the machine for her to do her games. It's kind of left you out here.
Yeah, just go through and see if I can get up to the doorway.
Okay.
Looking.
Let's do Darlene's investigate, and then I'm going to have you make a sneak roll.
I have to re-roll because I used too many dice. I apologize.
Yes, because you're anxious.
I know, so I can only use 5 of those. So I rolled it and then realized it. Oh, but okay, so 2 6s on 5 dice.
He has clearly been. You can see like gloves and like disposal buckets and things like that for someone who is like cleans out machine cancer from objects to try and refurb them. You know that you're not supposed to do that because they can be infectious. But he's clearly doing that. Does that seem like a fair answer?
Sure.
I'll give you a follow-up question with your second success.
Let's see here. What piece is he working on that he hasn't got cleaned up completely yet?
I'd say there's like one of those handheld portable televisions
Mm-hmm.
that you can see, like the battery pack is popped off the back, and there's this sort of bulbing, bruised purple and orange fleshy bit that's kind of emerged from the back of it.
Okay, I take a picture of that, and then I step away and do the framing. Step away, do the framing so that it's clear where it was taken.
Okay.
But it's just that's it. It's all done while he's out of the room.
Holly, let's have you make a sneak roll.
Two 6s.
So you'll step through, walk around, and you are careful and quiet. You kind of look. You've actually probably gotten pretty good at being quiet, at walking around things, and you will move around and kind of come around the other way so he doesn't see you, and you can see that Nikki is stepping into this arcade cabinet, and he pulls the curtain closed and kind of stands outside and waits for her to play. And you've got definitely a straight visual on that.
Is she like entirely covered up in like a?
Yeah, imagine that. What he's got is the arcade thing, and then he's kind of hung like a frame around it, like just big enough that someone can step inside and he can kind of pull the curtain shut.
Okay, so like hospital curtain style.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't actually see what's on the screen.
No.
Okay. But
Nikki?
I can listen.
Nikki,
Yeah.
you step inside, and it is definitely a Golden Axe machine. But whatever is going on, like the second player, like handles and stuff are gone, and like taped over. Those have been pulled out, and there's just the usual handle and buttons there. And there's this weird pattern on the screen that says 5 credits. Press start.
Cool. I is he around? Is he watching me play? He's not, right?
No,
Oh, sweet.
he's going to certainly hear you.
Yeah. I'm breaking this thing open.
Okay. Let's have you quickly roll with Tinker.
Sweet. So Tinker plus Tech, I've got 8 dice going on here. There's almost no chance.
Yeah, with an 8 dice, there's almost no
Of course I did. I think my shame is affecting my judgment here. Because she really wants to help and not blow something off. So,
Okay.
are you good with that?
Yeah. So you mark that.
All right.
So I think you'll get a chance to look before he like hears you doing that and hears you not playing the game. Does that seem fair?
That seems fair.
Okay. So you pop it open and you don't see electronics. All you see is on the inside of this thing, like pulsating cancerous flesh on the inside of this. There are little like spikes, like wires have formed, like the filaments have formed like hairs on the outside of it, and it certainly reverberates. And you can see that it's connected to a bunch of wires at the bottom of this thing. Like there are several like LAN cables and things that are running out from this machine, and it's there and it is not right.
I'm so not playing this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, God, I wish Mumble, I wish Darlene were here. She'd totally take pictures of this.
And
only I had like a phone that could take pictures.
So Holly, you're standing there and you hear that sound, like clearly somebody like popping open the front of this thing and the game not going on. And you see this guy hear that and like he is stepping over to clearly like jerk the curtain back, and he doesn't look happy. What do you want to do?
Hey, where's the bathroom?
You want to try and distract him?
Yes.
Let's have you roll charm. See if you can overcome this.
5. 2 6s.
2 6s. It like suddenly his attention is on that. Like he didn't expect you, and he's like, hey, and he kind of steps towards you. Like, what are you doing back? Dude, I don't have not for public use. We'll do that because it's just my place, my space, and to pray to the porcelain god, so other people don't go in there, So, Nikki, you have a moment as you hear Holly draw him off before he can throw the curtain open. What do you want to do? Nikki?
I'm sorry. Can you say again?
Nikki, so you have a moment where Holly has drawn off this guy's attention, Barefoot Computing Paul, and you can get out of there. You can do something else. What do you want to do?
I want to disconnect it. Like you said that it had wires, but it's a living thing. Maybe it's drawing power, and these are infected machines. So
you want to clip the LAN cables?
Yeah, that works.
All right. Let me. I don't think there's a roll that's necessary for that. We'll come back to that in just 1 second and get the results in a moment. So Nikki, Justin, you two are up front. Not Nikki, sorry. Darlene, Justin, you two are up front. Darlene is photographing these papers. Holly's clearly shadowed Paul to get back there. What are you doing, Justin?
I don't know. I'm poking around. Does he have any sort of computer setup or anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find anything enlightening or incriminating on his computer.
Why don't you make a program roll for me?
Sure. Nikki showed me how to do this. It can't be that hard, right?
No, you got pretty good tech. I mean, you got 7 dice. There's almost no chance you could fail.
I have 6 dice because I am slightly confused. Ooh, I got 1 though.
Got 1. You will, he has internet access. And he's got web pages. He's got some of the usual stuff, but he's also got some alt-boobies-rec.group.org kind of things, tabs that are open, and like alt.legal cannabis, like, .org kind of use groups up. But the thing that will strike you when you're looking at this machine is that it definitely also has the machine cancer, and it is not connected to the phone line or to a LAN cable or anything.
Hmm.
And it shouldn't be on the internet.
All right.
Anything else from you, Darlene, before I resolve the Nikki Holly thing?
My intent is to get enough photographic proof that can back up an accusation that he's dealing in machinery with machine cancer.
Nikki, you will clip those wires, clip those cables.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what tool do you have on you that you use to clip those?
Oh, I mean, I have like a little tool set that I keep. So it's all miniature, but she's got like little snips, like little, not 10 snips, but like little snips.
Yeah. So yeah, you will cut those, and the machine says, Nicole Jusak, you should not have done that.
Oh. You're infecting people, and I'm going to stop you.
I was protecting word from the power. And it kind of drops out.
Oh, crap.
And Holly, you see Paul go, oh, wow, man.
What?
And he starts to slump to the floor. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, reaching out to like grab him by the arm.
And like he slides down, and you kind of keep him from like falling flat, but he's like, oh wow, like you better call an ambulance.
Nicole, what'd you do?
No, I stopped it. I turned off the power to it. You guys don't even know. Darlene, do you have your camera? You gotta take pictures of this.
I'll take a picture of it.
So you two can move back. You see that Paul is kind of leaning against one of these machines, and
Call the ambulance.
Okay.
What does he like in touching him? Does he feel like a robot?
No, he's definitely a human, and he's like, oh wow, oh that's not good, and you call for an ambulance. Darlene, do you take photos of this?
I take some photos and I say, Paul, what are the black forms that people see after they play this game?
Well, I don't know. Just a gatekeeper for this. Had to summon warriors. People protect the city from Hector. I don't understand it. I'm too old for it. I just, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm gonna pass out now, okay?
Okay.
Nikki? Nikki?
Yeah,
Uh,
what?
If you did this to him, do you think you did something to Army and Vi?
Probably, and like maybe I helped him out. But yeah, we should.
Or maybe they need an ambulance?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
What do they mean that it was protecting from Hector?
Well,
Isn't
Hector's
that
the host of your dumb show, right?
the one that killed Margaret?
Not there. Here. Let me kill you. Oh.
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, let's just make sure that the door's open for the ambulance.
Oh, he is coming.
And are you guys getting out of here then?
And he's coming.
I think we should.
And the
I
four.
think she'll throw the curtain across the thing for the game, though.
Okay.
And she's like, I don't know what's going on, but if they're telling the truth, we might, I don't know what we got to do.
And yep, you were gonna say something?
I mean, I'm just like, dude, you saw it. It's all infected. It's all part of the machine cancer.
His computer is too.
Yep. But they say they're protecting it.
And if that's true, then that, I'm like pointing to the arcade game. That was a mistake.
Maybe not. Maybe this is an alien creature taking its word. Like, it's done a whole lot of bad stuff.
Let's see what we can find out about Hector.
Yeah, what if Hector's the good guy?
Don't think so.
You four will head out of the shop, and it's probably now getting about 5 o'clock, and you'll hear the ambulance coming, and I assume that the four of you will kind of have to skedaddle. And I would like to close with a home scene from each of you, if we can. Does that seem reasonable? Let's start with Nikki. You're a little shaken by this, but you kind of have to go home. When you get home, your parents, you hear them arguing.
Okay, I'm gonna quietly listen in.
And your mom says, look, we're going to have to. It's, we're not sending her over to that crowded school. I mean, they're all going to be jammed up. I mean, Adams doesn't have the capacity for that. She's got to go to St. Joe. And your dad's like, look, I just think we should give her the choice, but maybe they talked about that maybe they could relocate me. And we could, I mean, this might be the chance to do that. I know you didn't want to do that until after she was out of high school, but maybe this is the opportunity to move, to get out of this hellhole town. And she says, to Cleveland? And it continues in that vein.
I think I would go back, open the door, and then kind of shut it more loudly.
But they stop talking.
And then I come in. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Everything okay?
Yeah, your dad says, hey, look, I got a big box of tchotchkes from the bakery.
Cool.
Big powdered sugar, like Polish cookies with almonds in them.
Hey, I have some good news.
Oh, well, we have something to tell you. We got a letter from your school today.
Wait, what? Are you talking about the whole school split up thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like Miss Hickenlooper came to talk to me, and she walks over and like we'll try to find aforementioned cookie, and munch on it. And she said that she put in for my name to go to St. Joe's, and they're setting aside a possibility of like a scholarship or something. That sounds really cool, right?
and your mom looks pleased by this turn of events, and your dad says, "Well, yeah, that was going to tell you. We'll have to talk about that, see if that, but yeah, uh, you're not going to miss your friends."
Start doing generators, people.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm going to be a senior, and I need to think about college, and this will look better on my transcripts. It's a better advanced program. It's a better school.
And your mom goes, "See, that sounds great. We'll have to get you a little school uniform."
Yep.
And your dad looks, and he is outnumbered, and you can tell that he's like kind of concedes the field to you two. And your mom's, once he's kind of stepped into the other room, she says, are you really okay with this, sweetie?"
I can tell you guys are having money troubles.
You shouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, I shouldn't, but I do.
He's waiting for us to die.
This will help me get into to a good college, and it won't be all on you guys.
She said, "I only want you to go into there and do that if you want to, not because you have to."
Okay. Well,
I'm just not gonna wiggle.
I mean, I actually kind of want to be challenged, and the other school's gonna be a piece of crap.
Is your boyfriend Justin going?
If you wiggle for long enough, you can break free.
He made it abundantly clear he's not my boyfriend, so I'm fine.
We cut from that to Justin.
Hey.
Justin, what's your home scene?
I don't know. I haven't talked to my mom in a while.
Okay. And she is there. You get home, and you can see that she's clearly been like crunching the numbers on the household budget.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, hey. Hey, sweetie.
What are you working on?
I was just looking over some things. So I was thinking, and I think we can make it work, that we can get you that computer you want for your birthday.
Oh.
To replace the one you lost.
Yeah,
I talked to one of the people at work, and they have a son who works over at the Macintosh store. And we could get you one of those Apple machines, or we could get you a PC. They can do a pretty good deal for us.
Well, I mean, that was months ago. I didn't mean for like we don't need to go out for that. I mean,
Well, no, it's your 18th birthday. We should do something special.
that sounds great. I was just worried about the money. But wow, that's cool.
No, I looked at it, and which one would you want? Would you want one of these Apple Lisas, or do you want like a PC?
I don't know. I feel like those Apple things are always weird colors.
Well, we can get you a PC. Essentially, they have a friend who works at Crittendom Technical College, and so they can get educational discount, and we can get that, and we can get it preloaded with some software and things.
All right. Cool. No, yeah, that would be
computers, right? I know you're doing a lot of theater stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. I just you're sure that because I know with the electrical fire and everything, I know there was some, like, the walls. You sure we're all right?
Yeah, absolutely, she says, lying.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it, he says, lying.
And that seems the appropriate point to cut that scene. Holly, what's the home scene with you?
Probably like dinner with my dad,
And
or maybe like the next day or something. He said he was gonna be out super late.
yeah, this is you and he sitting around. He hasn't said anything about the job, but what's the treat like meal that he has brought? Like
Probably
to make it up to you, kind of thing.
probably like something Polish that you can like only get this time of year.
Oh yeah.
Because of the holiday.
So he's got the Polish sausage, fresh homemade sauerkraut. It's fresh mashed potatoes. It's a big Polish buffet thing. He's gotten a nice big kit of that. Kuski noodles, these big buttered noodle things, and it's a lot of food. It's going to last you for several meals. And you'll hear the doorbell ring. He's
My
like,
dad is already here, right?
pardon?
My dad's already here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Do you want to get it or should I?
I'll get it.
Okay.
I know who it is.
And you will go to the door and you open it up and you'll see this fairly professionally dressed, maybe 5'3" foot woman, pretty short, very stocky woman. And she says, hi.
Hi. Who are you?
Oh, hang on. And she pulls out her badge and she says, my name's Detective Wernz with the Wayward Police. Are you, what's your dad's first name again?
I don't remember.
Are you Mr. Miller's daughter?
Can I roll something before I? No, it's super obvious.
It's up to you. Success is success in this.
Okay.
Do.
Let me roll. Because I want to know. I mean, obviously, like someone saw my dad or something.
You want to kind of read her, do a cold read on her a little bit?
Yeah, like how serious is this?
Roll empathize. That's the read people skill. We haven't had that much of that.
That is 6. Oh wait, only 5 actually.
That's
Did you
right.
a frustrated mark? One 6.
This is more of one of those the usual suspects situations. Like your dad's name's on a list somewhere, and when maybe some things happen, maybe somebody goes and talks to them. They don't usually come to the house. But she says, can I speak with your father?
Hold on. And I will shut the door
Okay.
and go back into the kitchen.
Your dad is like taking a little more of the sauerkraut, like a little more, maybe a little bit from your side of the thing. Who is it?
Some woman, she says she's with the cops. She wasn't super aggressive about it though. they want to talk to you. I
Okay.
can tell her you're not here.
No. Let's both go out there.
Okay.
And your dad goes out there and opens the door and says, I'm sorry, my daughter should have invited you in. Come on in. And she steps in. She's kind of cautious. Goes, we were just sitting down to a Polish. If you want something. And your dad proceeds to be super charming and super like whatever you want. And until she's like, well, I want to ask you some questions. He's like, well, we're finishing dinner and stuff. If you want, I can come down to the station later. Be glad to talk to you. Then, if there's something you need, and he's just super deferring to her.
I'm super nervous.
Yeah. And he plays it off for a while. Like you've never seen him lay on the charm. And he's clearly done this before. And eventually she's like, well, let me give you my card. And if you would come by tomorrow or the next day, we just a couple of questions for you. Want to see if you might be able to give us some insight into a situation. He's like, I will absolutely do that.
Yeah, just shut the door behind her. Yeah. And then like turn, because he's probably like standing like 5 feet away. Did anything actually, like, should I actually be worried right now?
I don't know. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to cut from there. Darlene.
Yes.
You come home and your uncles are like, you hear one of them's on the phone and the other one is walking around muttering like in fury.
Okay, I come in. I'm like, what's up? I say it real quietly.
And you hear, well, no, that is not good enough. That is not good enough. She will be going to there. That she's not going to some bumpkin trailer park, portables in the back of a parking lot school. No. When your mother passed away last year and you needed that discount and we let you do it on the layaway, who was there? And how many other people on the town council? Yeah, let me just say this. When someone had to make it clear that your mother had not been drinking for the last 30 years of her life, who cleaned that up? Who got rid of it? Yeah, you will do that. You will look into that situation. And I expect to hear from you within the next 2 days. Slam! And the two of them just like, they're like just filled with righteous funeral home director fury.
Which is terrifying. So it just sort of steps and she goes, oh, Uncle Albie, I'm so sorry.
No, they're going to be sorry.
And she goes, look, I was going to put together a portfolio and go talk to Father Joseph.
Oh, that's who was on the phone. So you have no need to worry. Father Joseph will be making a spot for you at that school. And they will be paying for it.
And then I kind of stand there
and your uncle goes, we know where all the bodies are buried, literally and figuratively. And if they think they're going to do that to us, that is not happening, sister.
And I think she's like laughing, but she's kind of crying too because it's too much. And I think she gives them both a big hug.
And they say, do us a favor, though.
Mhm.
Your mom might be a little upset if she knew we were throwing our weight around like this. Maybe don't tell her. Just tell her that you got into St. Joe and
Yay. Yes. I'll tell her that. Yes.
just say you got in there. Everything else,
Extracurriculars helped, right?
absolutely.
Okay. I can do it.
Are you going to be okay?
I'll be okay because Nikki's going too. Ooh, I have to see.
And they think, what about your little friend Justin?
I don't know. I don't know what he wants. I mean, he's all about drama, and I don't even know if they have a drama club there.
And your other uncle goes, yeah, he is all about drama.
Yeah. So I'll ask him. I mean, if he wanted to be there, he could be. He's super smart. And she sort of stops and she kind of turns back around and she goes, "Are you guys going to stay here? Or are you going to move your business?"
There's a pause. They've clearly talked about this. And they say, it's a dying town. And that's unfortunately good for us.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for a while, sweetie.
Okay. She goes, "But I'm going to be your forward scout for the next place, okay?"
And they laugh like that's amusing to them, that you've set that as your goal.
Yep. But I have.
Experience points, everybody. Everybody gets a point for participating in the session. Actually, here, let's just do it this way. Everybody, because we have one session left, everybody just move your XP up to 5. So you can buy another skill level for next time. Does that seem like a reasonable way to handle it?
Mm-hmm.
Next session is the last session of 12 for this series, for these characters. So we will see you in 1 week. And it will be sad. I want to definitely make sure at the start of next session, I want to do a check-in. And if there are scenes we definitively absolutely need to have, I want to make sure that we give enough space and time to have those as best we can. Does that seem fair?
Mm-hmm.
And Rich, you might be sort of somewhat in your new place at that point.
I should absolutely, unless there's something terrible, I will be in the new place.
Okay.
In my new office with freshly painted walls.
Fancy.
Smell of fresh paint. Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast there, is what I'm going to do.